a little different.
How much? Who are those 6 guys?
Well, there's guys that work on K-Mac. Those guys that work hard. Edgeworth's working hard. Jarquez, a young guy. There's a lot of guys start throwing names out. But my thing is that if I can get 6 guys play as one, we have a good deal. And that's the whole approach, because we don't know who's going to be the ones, who's going to be the twos, who's going to be the threes. It's all about driving them to understand what it takes to play in that first game. And that's our whole focus. We're not worrying about how many reps they haven't had, how many games they haven't played. The whole idea is to get them ready to play one game and hope we can carry from there. So we're pushing envelopes as hard as we can right now to get those guys ready to play.
Is Jarquez close to being on the field?
Excuse me?
Is Jarquez close to being on the field?
I don't know where he's close, but he's working hard to have opportunity to get on the field. I think that's the key. He has some things that we like. He's doing really well, but we're still 16, 17 days away to playing a game, so we're still in the process of building it. The thing he doesn't have is ever playing a big-time game in front of 100,000 people, and we can't create that. But what we can create is his effort, his ability to play fast, play great technique, and that's what we're trying to do.
Malik and Ty played a lot of snaps last year. Like 450 snaps a game sometimes. Now you got 2 new guys stepping up into that role. Edric and K-Mac. What have you seen from those guys for the last 9 months, especially now in fall camp, that let you know that they're ready for that type of workload that you were putting on Tyreek and Mike before he went there?
You got to remember, Tyreek and Ty have been there a while, so they've gone through that process of playing football. These guys will be the first time ever playing a big-time game, so I can't say those guys don't play more plays. We're going to have to rotate and keep them fresh. We got to hope the 20, 25 plays they do play are very quality plays. That's the whole key to this whole thing, right? For K-Mac, anybody play 60 plays and play 30 plays at speed, that's 20% of production we want to get done. So I've got to be smart and understand that we have to build this from the inside out, and that's what we're trying to do.
What did you like about Bo Atkinson?
Excuse me?
What did you like about Bo Atkinson?
Oh, I mean, you watch him on videotape, he's a very twitchy guy. He can run, he's got good length, he's smart, he understands football, and he's walked in here and embraced the culture. That's the really key. He's a great guy in the room, and he'll have a chance to help us out.
What is his like?
He's about 6'6", about 6'6", about 260. He's got a great skill set.
With the lack of experience that you have in defensive tackle, like you're talking about, does that make it, do you think in your eyes, easier for a freshman or a younger guy to push for playing time because it's kind of the baseline of not a lot of guys have a lot of experience in your room, or how do you see that?
To me, it's not total experience right now. It's about the development and fundamental skill set going into the first game, right? So who can get that better? Who can understand how to play the game, how to play a low pass, get off blocks? That's who we are, right? We're block destruction guys, and we have to learn how to do that first. Guys who can do that, embrace that, it's going to really have a chance to play, and that's the way I'm approaching it. Like if we're a freshman, sophomore, senior, it doesn't really matter. Who can understand what we're doing, what we're trying to do to play that first game?
As Dave said, there's been a ton of conversation in this offseason about defensive tackle.
Yeah.
But at defensive end, there's really just Caden and Kenyatta who never played at Ohio State.
Exactly right.
So how comfortable, confident are you if you have there really ready to more close to ready to go?
I think we'll be ready to go. I feel pretty good about what we're doing. KJ and Caden has had a great fall camp. I mean, they're rep finished, but they're what I want to see, leadership-wise. And then you have CJ's behind them, and then you have Bo Ashley. So then the 2 young freshmen that came in are showing some promise. So I feel pretty good about where we're heading if we can stay healthy. That's the big key.
There's obviously a big transition from linebacker to defensive end.
Yeah.
Have you seen the growth that you expected? Has it been more? Has it been
I think the growth is starting to happen. It's really just understanding the position and what it takes. He can't be a third down guy. He's got to be able to play first and second down. So I think that's the biggest growth. And playing on the line of scrimmage, playing against big tackles and big tight end. I mean, that's a transformation of how to do that. But he's doing a great job of moving forward. So we just got to keep pushing forward.
When was the last guy in your group that you think maybe had the switch to CJ Jones? Is there a comparison?
Not really. But you're talking about 2 different styles of body. Right? Opposed to a 6'5" guy. And Chase Young had that twitch. 6'5". CJ's 6 feet, 243. Just a different kind of speed. We got to find a way to use that speed in the right situation.
He is going to be there this season. Ready, available.
Yeah, like I said, we got 16 days to get him ready, so we have to ramp up his reps, get him ready, get him in there, get him some inside drills, get him talking, get him going, and so hopefully we stay healthy too the next 16 days. I think he'll have a chance to play for us. We'll find out August 30th. I mean, I think he's got a chance to be really special. Don't get me wrong. I think he's got a chance. But again, he's a young player learning how to develop. So I don't want to put all that pressure like he's got to go do this. He's just got to go play to his ability. And if he can do that, it gives him a chance to play really, really solid defense.
Who were you talking about just then? Who were you talking about? I couldn't hear the question.
Edric.
Oh, Ed.
Yeah.
Larry, when you lose more starters to the NFL and come back and you talk about some of that experience, how do you or do you change kind of the way you're teaching things or just the offseason? How did that change at all?
It did. You know, so the springtime was trying to build fundamental skill set, make sure to understand the game because the guys have never been in the game. As we started fall camp, we kind of gone away from that. Really just kind of pushed the envelope, right? How hard can we play on the regular downs? How hard can we play on third down? It's trying to make sure they understand it doesn't matter how many plays they play. If we can develop those reps in practice, going really hard, practicing really hard, I feel real confident we have a chance to go play in Texas, play full speed. And so my process has been like I am pushing them to the envelope, pushing them to the tilt to understand what it takes to play in a big time. They don't know yet. Now, there'll be jitters going into the first game, but if I can handle the fundamentals of being tough, getting off blocks, running to the ball, I mean, that's the base of who we are. It don't take any talent to do that.
Veteran guys like Tywone Malone, Will Smith Jr., I mean, including third-year sophomores as veterans, and even redshirt freshmen, Eric Mensa, Jason Moore.
Yeah.
Are any of those guys stepping up?
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Could you, you probably don't want to single guys out, but if you would, please
I think
do.
the whole group has kind of moved forward, to be honest with you. I think the group, we're rotating guys, 1s and 2s and 3s, and so we're trying to find the right back. To me, it's evaluation. And I tell them every time you hit the field, it's your evaluation. The camera's on you. What you do is going to determine what you do on Saturday.
That's what you were saying earlier. Like you have bodies, but you need guys to step up. Do I have that right?
That's it. Just continue to move forward.
Where have you seen Will Smith Jr. step up this offseason?
I've seen a lot of guys step up, you know. So me, the measurement is like, you know, where they are. It's where they're going. You know what I mean? To me, it still goes back to the base fundamentals. Like, can I get off of blocks? Can I play physical? Can I attack the line of scrimmage? Those are the key sets of how to play defensive line. You know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to find out, and that's what we challenge. And I'm pleased where we are right now. Absolutely, I think we moved forward. We're a different group than we were in the spring than we are right now. But we still got some work ahead, and that's my job to get them ready to play in the Texas game.
Is there a year in coaching where you've lost 4 guys off the defensive line and replaced? Just wondering if there's like a moment where you can have sort of like a parallel to this?
Yeah, not like this because those 4 guys played 4 years, played 3 years, and then what happens is that it stopped, right? So those 4 guys graduate, you hold these guys back because those 4 guys were playing all the time. Then you lost the experience. Then you almost lose a recruiting class because nobody coming because those guys coming back, right? So we in that log that this has got to be the year that we have to build going forward in the future. And I think now it's a process. And again, I say this again, I'm not worried about where they're at. It's like, how can I get them to move forward? Do we have an opportunity to play Saturday against Texas? That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest focus right now, all these guys. And they have embraced what we're doing. They embraced what it takes, the expectation that it takes to be great players. So that's the key.
What did you learn after the shoulder bigger win? Obviously, what is the sweet spot for snap count for K-Mac?
We're trying to find. I'm impressed so far. You know, but K-Mac, we're still pushing as hard as we can. Now he's down weight. He's probably the best he's been in a long time. And so hope we can get 30, 35 plays out of it, maybe more, but we got to wait and see. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find out how many plays can play at max speed, because that's the key.
Coach, Caden was talking about Edric's move inside and how impressed he was, not just with the level of play, but also his unselfishness. What were those conversations kind of like with Edric as you guys were going through that process? And were you surprised by how quickly he was able to make an impact after doing all that?
Yeah, I think that when we had our first conversation was like we talked about making the move. And the first thing he says, Coach, any way I can help. And that tells you a guy that he's not stuck on playing this, playing that. How can he make us better? And I think it's been a great transition. I think he's embraced the role of playing inside. And that's the key to it. I think once he accepts it, then you got a chance to move forward. And I think Edric's done a great job of stepping in his role and finding his spot to be great.
When you look at CJ,
Was that during the season? When did you guys kind of start?
It was right to the middle of the season. We thought we had to make a transition change to get Tyleek some rest. And that's what we went to and try to give him a chance to do that.
when you look at CJ, how did you kind of handle that transition? How much have you seen him grow since spring ball? Now that he's been in that role for so long.
Yeah, I think all the guys has grown. He's got a little setback because he got a little dinged up a little bit, so he had a little setback. So now he's back on the field full time. So now we're trying to ramp him up again and get him going again. It's a little different, man. Stand on the sideline, watching him get in the meat of things and getting your head knocked in, right, and fighting through. It's a little different, and that's what we're working on right now. Make sure you understand what it takes to play that position, because you're talking double teams, 20% of the time. he's got to be able to handle it, and that's what he's trying to embrace right now.
You were open to opening up that rotation a little bit last year, and Jason and Taiwan didn't seem to be part of that. What those two specifically? Did you see anything in them, whether it was in the weight room in the winter or in the spring, that made you think that those guys as veterans are finally ready to be on the field for you?
If you go back to the last season, we probably played less plays on defense than ever because of the way the offensive style of play changed, right? So those guys are playing 45, sometimes 35 plays a game. And so you don't have enough reps to get those guys in the game. So a lot of times that happened, right? And times that we could rest them, we got a chance to do that. But when you have guys that have been in 3 years, you got them primed to go, you got to get them ready to go. And that's what I felt that we had to do, get those guys in and go play. Now it's the backside of that. Now these young guys got to go, right? And that's what it is, right? Like you've never been a reporter, you became a reporter, right?
That's true.
So it's the same thing in football, right? This guy's never started, but we're working to make sure that happens. So his transition for his job happens. That's what we're doing.
Will Smith said he's been working primarily in the start. What makes him a fit for that position?
He's a great fit in the position. He's 295 pounds, 6'3", got great quicks. He's stronger now than he was before he came in, and so that's an ideal guy to look for in those guard position. And so he's a good fit for us.
You were talking about how you had guys here who had played 3-4 years here for you, and so there's been this group that's just kind of been waiting, and now they have this essentially one opportunity to show what they are. How does that change how you go about developing in this last year, the sense of urgency you might have with this group, because they're replacing some guys who put a lot of football for you, but they also don't have a lot of time necessarily to catch up and learn on the job at all?
It's going fast. We're training real hard. I started in the spring. Right now, we're doing as much as we can to get them ready. And that starts in practice. You watch us practice. We're going to go hard. We're going to block the strike. We're going to get off blocks. I think the mental, to me, it's all mental. It's like what you can handle, what you can do to be great. We had a question today, like how many guys had elite practice in the room from yesterday's practice, and that's what I'm gauging. I'm gauging who wants to be elite. Guys who are elite's going to stand out, and that's what the challenge right now. That everybody's got to rise together in that room, and that's what we're looking for. And if we do, we got a chance to have a good front. Yeah, we got some work ahead of us, no doubt about that. But we're embracing that work. We're embracing what's coming. We know what's coming. We're not going to be surprised by it, right? So the only surprise we have is that you're going to say, well, they haven't played a lot. Well, tough luck now. That's over now. We got to get ready to go play. And so right now, that's what we're doing. We're not embracing the noise outside about not being ready. We got to get ready, and that's it. And I think the kids are doing a great job embracing that. And we're pushing as hard as we can in a lot of ways, just mentally, not just football.
We've heard a lot about the way Kenyatta has stepped up as a leader. Just what have you seen from Kenyatta that's been different this last season?
Big time growth. He has really done. He's embracing. He's playing absolutely as hard as he can possibly play. Him and Caden Curry is kind of taking over the room as leaders. And I think it's good to see that a guy who's been here understands what it takes to run that room. Because it's special. We have to move the yardstick in that room as the Rushmans, and KJ's and CC has embraced it. For the younger guys to see that, so he's done a great job.